Today, I'm going to share with you how Bob Proctor literally brainwashed me into becoming rich. I went from earning 6 figures in a year, which is around $100,000, to earning the same amount of money in 1 month, so $100K in a month. I essentially turned my annual income into my monthly income, which is an idea that I had learned from Bob the very first time when I met him in person back in 2019. And I want you to imagine this. Whatever amount of money you're currently earning in a year right now, I want you to turn it into earning the same amount of money in 1 month time. So let's say that you're currently earning maybe $50,000 in a year from your job or from your business. Imagine earning the same amount of money, $50,000 in 1 month. How does that sound? If that sounds intriguing to you, stick around because I will be sharing with you how I did it, and also I want to show you how you can wire your mind to becoming rich too. So before we get into it, I want to share a little bit about how I first met Bob Proctor. And for those of you that may not be familiar with Bob, he was considered the #1 teacher on human potential and success in North America and Canada. He was also featured in the book and the movie, The Secret, this book right here. And Bob has tons of videos on YouTube, so feel free to check him out. And this is actually how I came across Bob's teachings, which was on YouTube. And the first time I met Bob in person was at a personal development event in Las Vegas back in February 2019. It was a 2-hour event. And I'll tell you, that 2-hour event literally changed the trajectory of my life. That event, it expanded my own awareness of what's possible. I learned what a paradigm is and how if you want to change your life, you've got to change your paradigm. That's a topic for another video. But the one thing that really stood out for me was when Bob said, "Tell me what you want and I'll show you how to get it. And if you want to turn your annual income into your monthly income, I'll show you how to do that too." And at the time, I was earning 6 figures a year as a real estate broker in California. I was helping clients to buy and sell homes. I was working really hard, long hours, and 7 days a week, hustling and grinding. So when Bob said I could earn $100,000 in 1 month, it sounded crazy to me because first of all, I had never even thought of earning $100,000 in 1 month. Second of all, in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I'm already working really hard, 7 days a week. How hard do I have to work if I want to earn $100K in a month? And I'm sure that other people make that much money, but I didn't think it was possible for me. And what happened was after the event, I actually made a decision that I was going to work with Bob as one of his consultants through his organization called the Proctor Gallagher Institute and do exactly what he was doing, showing people how to tap into their infinite potential and manifest their dream lives. So this is what I did. So I left my real estate business and I transitioned into coaching. Fast forward 18 months later, I was able to turn my annual income, which was $100K a year in real estate, into my monthly income as a wealth mindset coach. Now, I know what you've been thinking. You might be wondering how I did it. And here's the truth. And this is the key. It wasn't about the mechanics, the strategies, or even the specific actions that I took. The key factor in getting the results, it was actually a shift in my mindset. You see, most people, myself included, get caught up in what actions should I take? And while actions are important, Bob taught me that 95% of your results actually come from your mindset, and only 5% come from the strategies and the skill set. And this is exactly what I'm gonna be sharing with you today. How to develop a rich mindset. How do you cultivate a prosperity consciousness? And it all starts in the mind. And also, I'm gonna be sharing with you the 3 money secrets that Bob had taught me. These are the exact principles that expanded my wealth consciousness, along with the 3 do's and don'ts of what you should and should not do while working on your wealth consciousness. Now, let's get into it. So the first money secret that Bob taught me was that money is important. You see, I'm sure you've heard people say, I'd rather be happy than rich. But that's a poor mentality, because wealthy people, they don't think like that. Wealthy people think both. You can be both happy and rich at the same time. You see, wealth comes from abundance. It doesn't have to be either this or that. Or maybe you hear people say, money is not important. And actually, I was one of them. Growing up, because my parents would talk about money and they would argue about money. So as a kid, I didn't know better, and I developed a belief that money is not important. You see, the truth is, money is not everything. It's just a tool. And in order to live and thrive, not just survive in this 3D material world that we live, everything requires money. So money is essential. Money secret number 2. Money is a servant, not the master. I just mentioned this earlier, that money is just a tool. And it's not about the money itself. It's actually about what you do with the money. I love this quote by Bob. Money enables you to extend the good that you do far beyond your physical presence. You see, when you master this concept, you realize that money is not controlling you. You are controlling it. You're the master, not money. Let me give you a quick example. So as you know, I'm currently in Dubai while my family is back home in California. So if my parents need anything, let's just say money, even though I can't physically be there for them, I can wire money to help them out. Of course, it's not the same as me physically being there in person, but if I can't make it physically be there in person, at least I can contribute in this way. The third money secret. This one really helped me to shift my beliefs around money, which is money must be circulated. Bob always emphasized that money is just currency. It needs to be flowing, just like the current. And where I grew up, this is a totally different belief, because I grew up to believe to save, save, save. And I used to think that, okay, I'll give or I'll donate money to other people when I have more money. No, Bob taught me to act as if I already had the money. Give now. And you want to give from a place of abundance. You want to donate, you want to tip generously, and you want to share with others, not from a place of guilt or obligation, but rather from a cheerful heart, from a cup that's already full. So what do I do now? Well, besides donating money to animal shelters here locally in Dubai, which is a cause that's close to my heart, I don't really save money per se. What I do is I put my money to work. I invest it. I let it work for me, and I received a good return on my investment. Every quarter, I get a distribution from different investments that I have directly deposited into my checking account. In fact, just this morning when I opened up my email, I saw an email that said my Q3, which is quarter 3 profit, will be deposited this week into my bank account. Can I get a ching-ching? If you want to learn more about money mindset and the different investments that I personally invest in, I'm actually an angel investor, so I invest in various companies and different projects. My latest investment was actually a Hollywood film with the great Al Pacino, The Godfather, which I also did a video about. So anyways, if you're interested in cultivating a wealth mindset, we have a free community called the Wealth Mindset Mastery. This is where I share insights about money mindset, also about different strategies that I personally invest in. I'll go ahead and drop the link in the description below. Join us, it's completely free. There you have it. Now that you know these 3 secrets about money, what's next? Let's dive into how I literally brainwash myself after understanding and applying these 3 secrets. You see, I didn't grow up with the wealth consciousness. Like many people, my parents would always used to say things like, work hard, money is hard to earn, save, save, save. Does that sound familiar? Or people would say, rich people, that's for other people, that's not us. So I had to shift my beliefs around money on my own. I didn't want to adopt my parents' beliefs about money, which came from a place of lack because they grew up poor. So one of the tools that I personally use to shift my mindset around money, which is also the tool that I share with a lot of my clients, was that I recorded an affirmation of me saying, I love money and money loves me. And I would play it and listen to it over and over and over again. One time, actually, my mom got into my car and the recording just came on automatically. So her English is not good, but she understood the word money, right? So she looked at me and she asked me, are you saying that you love money? And guess what? I proudly said yes, without feeling guilty. Now, I want you to try this out. Say it out loud with me. I love money and money loves me. How does it make you feel? Do you feel a little bit uneasy or uncomfortable at all? If yes, that's your old programming talking, and that needs to be released. You see, wealthy people are comfortable talking about money. And it's not because they have money, that's why they feel comfortable. It's actually the other way around. The fact that they have developed a prosperity consciousness, and that's why they feel at ease talking about money, and that's how they attract money to them. Next, let's talk about the do's and don'ts when you're trying to develop your wealth consciousness. Let's start off with the do's. Number 1, do start to bless your bills. So instead of dreading them whenever time you receive a bill, you want to feel grateful for the services and products that you receive. Whether it's a utility bill, a cell phone bill, a credit card bill, start to bless the merchants and the vendors who provided you with these services. By blessing them, you're actually contributing them to their businesses. And it's all about energy exchange. Number 2, do start to donate and give money. If you can't give much right now, it's okay, start small. It's the intention that behind the giving that matters. So I personally donated to a local shelter here in Dubai with the animals, like I mentioned before. Number 3, always carry lots of cash around you. Bob, what I noticed about Bob, always used to carry $100 bills, and he would tip generously. He would give vendors, housekeepers, hundreds of dollars as tips. It was his way of showing to the universe, I am abundant. Now, the 3 things that you should not do. Number 1, you shouldn't be talking negatively around money. Things like, I don't like money, money is not important, or wealthy people are greedy, things like that. When you say things like that, you create resistance and you also confuse the universe because universe is like, maybe you don't like money. Number 2, do not hoard money. If you're thinking of saving a rainy day, it will keep you in a mindset of fear. Instead, like I mentioned earlier, let your money work for you. Invest it. Get it circulated. And the last thing, be mindful of who you share your prosperity exercises with. Some people may even create doubt in your mind, which could sabotage your progress. So keep your vision clear and protected. At the end of the day, it comes down to you taking charge of your life, regardless of how you were brought up or what beliefs you had around money. You see, I had to brainwash myself into this new way of thinking. Of course, Bob introduced me to these new concepts, but I did the work. At the same time, without Bob's higher consciousness, I wouldn't have been able to raise my awareness around money, around having wealth, and also having the prosperity consciousness. So surrounding yourself with people who have a higher level of consciousness is key to change. And hopefully, after watching today's video, I did a good job at brainwashing you in the best way possible, that you are worthy of all the abundance that the universe has to offer. And the only difference between you or so-called wealthy people is in the mindset. That's it. So if you want to learn how to shift your mindset from someone who has a poor mindset to someone who has a rich mindset, I recommend next watch the video I did on the money mindset shift that changed my life forever. So I'll see you there next.